Okay, so what I want to do today is talk about this district. This is the Fourth Avenue Black Business District. Is the way it's listed in the National Register of Historic Places. Okay, and so what happened in 1926? Do y'all remember? Big thing. Bo, what happened? That's a big date, year. And I don't know if I've emphasized it enough. I was trying to see. Okay, so in 1926, the city of Birmingham rezoned everything, right? And it was then that the city zoned this area right here as the district where blacks could have businesses, okay? Hey, Bergen. How are you? Good. This is my historic preservation class. This is the famous Bergen Matthews, who is a jazz author, expert, radio host. What else?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, he's got several books out about jazz and such things.
So this is not the group I'm going to see, or are you?
No.
Actually, I'm in the class.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go.
Well, don't let me interrupt.
No, no.
This area, does it have a name or any coordinates that you can give us? Like a street?
Fourth Avenue
Fourth Avenue.
North,
Okay.
Black Business District.
All right.
Okay. And so in 1926, when the city was rezoned, this area was designated the area for black businesses. Okay? Now, it never meant that black people couldn't shop in the white department stores. It never meant that. White people could always shop in the white department stores, but they couldn't. They had to go in the basement, couldn't ride on the elevator, couldn't try on clothes, all kinds of things, segregated fountains and that sort of thing. What this meant was that this was the only district where blacks could own businesses. Okay? After 1896 in the Plessy versus Ferguson decision, y'all know what I'm talking about?
It said that separate but equal is legal.
Is constitutional. Are you with me, Anastasia? I don't know how much history you've. So in 1896, Plessy Supreme Court decision, coming out of where?
The Supreme Court.
Washington.
Oh.
Coming out of Washington, not Montgomery, Alabama, or Jackson, Mississippi. Coming out of Washington, D.C., the highest court in the land, right? Said that, oh, you know, we got it wrong. Yes, segregation is legal, right? And so it's after that, really, when the Jim Crow ordinances began to be passed everywhere. Lots of places, not just in the South either, okay? What are the Jim Crow ordinances?
They specify various places in society for black people, various places in society for white people. That would encompass like everything.
Yep.
Buses.
And I'm glad you said society, because this is really about social separation. Why? What am I talking about? Why am I making that emphasis? Social separation. Like what?
Maybe schools. different
Schools. What else? What else? Anything social.
Yeah, I don't know if the churches are official.
They didn't have to be. That's a good question. I'm not sure I've seen an ordinance that separated churches. So
Wouldn't that be a church and state kind of situation if there's ordinance?
I don't think so. But anyway, well, that's a good question. What else?
Maybe third space areas like places to grab lunch, parks.
Okay, so any public spaces.
If there wasn't, if they weren't designated white only or black only, they had to be segregated. And that could be done by a white entrance and a black entrance, or sometimes a partition.
Well, okay,
number of-
Jim Crow ordinances are local laws. That's what they are.
Yeah.
local laws or policy, right? So you said schools, you said parks. How about swimming pools? Of course,
Be segregated.
have to be segregated. Hospitals, checkers, couldn't play checkers together. Why is that? That's weird. Huh?
Fountains.
Drinking fountains. What else?
I know they did bathrooms, just like they had men and women for white, but I don't think they had men and women for black. It's just always had black.
I think that's right. But definitely restrooms are segregated by race. What else? We said school, cemeteries, jury boxes, Bibles in the courtrooms. White nurses could not attend to black men ever, even if they are in the basement of the Hillman Hospital. What else? Concerts. Anything that is social, that you're interacting with the other race, baseball games, anything where you're interacting. What is the point of that?
Just to like reinforce the hierarchy.
Reinforce the hierarchy. And after all, if the two races begin to interact socially, what could happen? What could happen if black children and white children go to school together?
The hierarchy goes away. It becomes normal.
And what might happen in those schools?
Desegregating or
What might happen is that black people and white people get to know each other socially as people, as human beings. And then you might have some black and white dating. You might have blacks and whites marrying, having children. God knows what's going to happen, right? The same even in checkers. You don't want that to be an even competition. That can't happen, right? You can't have blacks competing with whites on the baseball field at Rookwood. Why is that?
I mean, it's social. It all comes down to social.
What's the fear? What's the fear? What's the fear if blacks and whites compete at Rookwood Field on the same field at the same time?
Blacks won't think they're second-class citizens.
What might happen on that field?
we'll see each other's head of equals, or we'll see each other's teammates.
What might happen? Blacks might win. For God's sake, blacks might win. And we know that the black Barons, the baseball teams then, were often better than the white team. You could not have a scenario where that happened, right? You simply could not happen. So all of what you're saying is correct. The reinforcement of this hierarchy, the reinforcement of it, that must happen, it becomes normalized easily, right? Colored white. So theaters are segregated, right? Okay, so let's walk down here. What I want to do today, and we've talked about segregation a lot, I think, haven't we? But today, because this is a Jim Crow district, right? I want to talk about and really think about what does segregation look like. It's not the first time we've looked at segregation. In all of the neighborhoods, there was segregation, right? Smithville, we looked at as a black neighborhood. Redmond as a white neighborhood, this and that and the other, right? We looked at Titusville, and I kept challenging you there. How do you know this is a black neighborhood? You don't know. You don't know by the look of the buildings, do you? You don't know. And so I want to talk about, and especially the graduate students who are reading Race, Place, and Story, but the undergraduates too. What does segregation look like? How does it, what does it look like, right? So let's walk down this way and we'll see what it looks like. Can anybody tell me where the line might have been between the white business district and the black business district? Can you look around and give me a good guess?
Right here.
Why would you say that?
Well, the Alabama Theater's over there.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that they didn't want black people going to Alabama Theater.
Yeah. Black people could almost always go to white theaters, but they had to sit in the balcony. Yeah. And so, yeah, you just happen to know something about Alabama Theater. Otherwise, you wouldn't know. But since you do know something about the Alabama Theater, that's exactly right. That's the white side, this is the black side. Do you remember the name of the street that separated whites and blacks in Smithfield? You need to remember. Center Street. You remember that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it right.
Center Street.
Censure?
Center.
Center.
All right. So,
That was in Smithfield.
Smithfield.
Okay.
So much like right where we are, you're right across the street. It's not a physical separation, is it? But socially, all hell's different, isn't it? That's the white district. You've got all kinds of freedoms and privileges on this side. Remember, whites can do anything they want. They can come over here if they want to, can't they? But what about the reverse? Blacks could not just do what they wanted to on that side of the street at all, right? So you've got the Lyric Theater, which was a vaudeville theater built quite a bit, 10, 15 years, maybe more like 20 years before the Alabama Theater. And it had live performances, vaudeville. A lot of the old greats you've heard of played there. And there was an entry right there next to that wagon thing sitting there by the orange cones that said colored entrance, okay? And so if you ever go to the Lyric Theater, you go up, up, up. If you go in the colored entrance, you go in the back, you go up, up, up to the top balcony, and white people never see you. How about that? So if whites go in the white area, they don't ever have to look at black people. That's the way it's separated and segregated and designed, right? And so they're there, but it's designed to keep people invisible, keep black people invisible to whites, right? But why don't they let them in there at all?
They still would love to have their money.
They're capitalists after all, right? They're in the business for making money. So yeah, they let them in. I don't know if it's the same ticket price or not. I think I have known that. I think it probably was. But at any rate, they're there. They just don't want white people to have to know it. Same with the Alabama Theater and others. Okay, so this side of the street then becomes the Jim Crow business district, right? And so let's look right here at some of the more prominent buildings. And let me say this too, this is important. This is what's left, right? The 4th Avenue North Black Business District used to be much bigger than this. That's come much later, took that out that whole block. There were fires down that way. Many more blocks than you see now. So this is what's left of what, in my mind, is arguably the most important Jim Crow district in the country. That's my opinion, because after all, it's Birmingham, where so much of the civil rights activities and violence and those kinds of things happen in the South, right? Okay, you see that building there, the 6-story, is it? 6-story building. That's the Alabama Penny Savings Bank. And that was a black-owned bank. The first black-owned bank in the state. What about it tells you it's black-owned?
Besides the fact that it's in the black district, nothing really.
How does it look? Can you tell from looking at it?
It's like a building.
Yeah. There's no way you can tell at all. It looks like any other commercial building anywhere around the country, doesn't it? So that was a black-owned bank. There were also the few black lawyers and professionals that were often had their offices in there. Mr. Petty Ford founded that bank, I believe. Facing us, the building to the right had a theater in the top floor, and then a business in the second floor. At times it would be a boarding house, a brothel, just like in the rest of the city. A lot of times, two-story buildings would have a business in the bottom floor, brothel in the second floor. Wasn't unusual. So that's not unusual. What do you think? Are these nice-looking buildings or crap? Yeah, they're very nice-looking buildings. What kind of details do you see that suggest that those might have been designed by an architect?
Two distinct tiers on these. A distinct tier on the bottom of the tall ones with intricate brickwork on those.
Are you talking about cornices when you said tiers or no?
Yes, but
I wasn't sure what you
below
meant.
The first cornice also.
Okay, the
Distinctly
storefront.
different, yeah. Than on those pilasters.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
Do you know what the pilasters are? Those that they look kind of like columns, but they're flat.
Yeah.
It looks well, I don't want to say Chicago style, but it has like those cornices jutting out.
It's not quite because it doesn't have three distinct
No,
parts, but it's a very handsome building, right? A lot of brick detail, cornices. Would you say by looking at that building that it was intact, historically intact, has a lot of integrity or not?
I think so.
Yeah, the windows are original, for goodness sakes, right? And then these two-story buildings are also very handsome buildings, I think. The storefronts are original, a lot of it. Certainly the transom areas above the entrance doors, right? The cornices are very distinctly different and decorative above the storefront, and then the top cornices. So those are very handsome buildings and retain so much of their integrity too. Okay, let's cross. The park you see right in front of you was built during one of the Richard Arrington administrations. Richard Arrington was the first black mayor of the city of Birmingham. He was elected in 1979. He had 4 terms. And so there were buildings there, and they replaced it with this park. And this park is a tribute to the Temptations, the very, very, very famous Temptations. Who were the Temptations? Do all of y'all
Actors? I don't know. Who are they?
go Google them because they're fantastic. They're a black group,
Oh.
very, very, very famous, that sang and danced and just phenomenal. They still perform,
Yeah.
none of the original. But several of the original were from Alabama and Birmingham. So we own the Temptations, okay? And so it's a very nice park in honor of them. So that would give you a clue if you were in this area and didn't know where you were, that maybe this had something to do with African American culture and history, right? Okay. Back in the 1920s, there were something like 30 or more theaters in downtown Birmingham, at least. And there were 7, I think I'm right, something like that, in this district, okay? So this was the entertainment district for sure, right? This is one of them. I worked with the owner who bought it and renovated it. It retains almost nothing of its original elements at all. So it's not what you would consider good preservation. But she saved the building. You talk about an overachiever. This woman is an architect, a lawyer, and a real estate broker.
What's her name?
Her name is, I'd have to think about it, I know it. She's quite something. Okay, so that was one of the original theaters. It says a famous theater building. This was the famous theater, okay? So standing right here, how would you describe this block right here in terms of the built structures, the built landscape? What would you say? This street contains what?
Businesses. Wait, what are you asking?
I'm asking, what does this look like? This block has what? Commercial buildings. How many stories?
2 stories.
Well, you've got 1 and 2. You've got mostly 1, right? With a 2-story on each end. You could say it that way, right? Yeah. And toward that end, they're much more historically intact. You can see that, can't you? With the cornices, a lot of details that are intact, right? You can see all of that. This one, I don't know at all what's behind it.
It's a
I'm-
facade.
I'm-
Well, not facade.
It's not facadeism. It's just been remodeled. So this is a building you'd probably call non-historic in the district. This one too, just because you can't tell at all what the original structure looks like. Not at all. Okay? Fair enough? And then this one next to it, let's come down here. I threw a party in there one time. Fantastic to work with. We had a great time. If you ever want to throw a party, they pull out all the stops. So barber shops, this would be where black barber shops would be, right, back in the day. Theaters, social organizations, now a museum. And so if you're comparing this commercial block here with, say, Avondale, how would you compare it? What do you say, Sam? Which is more, pardon me? Oh. Are you a foot soldier? Could I ask your name?
James Kimball.
James Kimball. He was a foot soldier.
Still is.
Still are, yeah.
Trade. Come here.
And this is a, oh,
pictures all you
sure,
want to.
sure. Come on. I'm Pam King.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be 83 my birthday. I'm 82 years of age, not old.
Is that right?
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
you're not. You know Bob Friedman?
Yes, ma'am. I know everybody.
He-
Everybody
he
know
knows-
everything on this block.
He's my boy.
Yes, ma'am. These are some
yeah.
of the things that happened during the time I remarked, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Block
yeah,
party.
yeah. So they can come in and look around?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
That's what it's for.
Yeah.
I know you all went down that way, you know.
We're kind of starting,
Yes, ma'am.
coming up. Oh,
My
this is
wife,
great.
She was deceased. She was a foot soldier too.
Yeah. What's her name?
Shirley Ann Jackson. That's her maiden name.
Uh-huh.
Shirley Ann Kimball.
Yeah. I've looked in here. Maybe I've been in here, but it's been a long time.
That's important. That's a great time.
So when you say, tell the class what a foot soldier is. This is a history class, by the way.
Well-
Historic
Well, we
preservation.
were like rejects.
Rejects.
Rejected, you know what I mean? The system that was going on in Birmingham, Alabama at the time, you know.
Jim Crow.
Who?
Is that what you're talking about? Jim Crow?
Jim and his brother too. Still his brother. Yes, ma'am.
Well,
Jim and Jane Crow.
You call James Bell? What you call
James Crow was, I think they called the northern segregation ordinances, they mainly call it James Crow, the south of Jim Crow.
Jim Crow.
I think,
That's right. You got it correct. See that lady right there? The
Uh-huh.
lady impersonated her. She won the Oprah Winfrey show.
Oh.
Mamie King, that's her holding it.
Oh.
To the city. She
Uh-huh.
came down 2012, 2013, they gave it to people. She know me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. She passed, she moved to Detroit. That's her right there.
So where is this building?
Right across the street. Right over there.
It
Right
is?
across the street, just near
the
12
Masonic?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
12 that
we're going,
We had buildings on, you know, on
Yeah.
Valley Falls, and they tore it down and put that big
Yeah.
senior home over there.
yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
I remember that. I'm Pam King, did I say that? I did.
Yes, you
Nice
did.
to
Yes,
see you.
ma'am.
Oh, gosh, you got some good books. Anybody got a question? What is, tell me one of these memorabilia or pieces of ephemera that you're most proud of.
That's the Reverend James Bevel.
Oh,
He on organizing.
James
children,
Bevel, yeah.
You know, to lead the schools and all, because Will Conley had put order down, he was a commissioner. Sometimes we have a man, sometimes we have a commissioner over the police department, the fire department, you know, and the police,
Right.
you know, and the
Right.
mayor's office.
Yeah.
And he had put out a decree, and then a grown man got caught monitoring, you know, lose his job, so.
Yeah.
Mr. Bevel arranged to look at all the kids from the school, some of them wanted done, and some of the teachers didn't done, came out.
Yeah.
At that time, I went to Clark High School, was the biggest school during that time.
I know, yeah, yeah.
They locked it down in, South Park, we called it the, what is it,
The police arrestor, is that what you're saying?
The, South Park.
Right.
Third Avenue, Compton Street Highway.
Yeah,
They called it the complex.
yeah, right.
And they locked them up.
The
city jail
sports
filled up.
complex.
That's what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Let's go all over the world.
Yeah,
Let's see. Oh, yeah, they, I said, well, y'all locked up that shell hand. That's what he called. He said, we've been in horse stall.
mm.
Don't you know we're on the floor?
At the
horse stall?"
fair.
That's where they put 'em at.
Yeah.
South Park.
So this was a big state fair, and,
Every year they'll have it, yes, ma'am.
huh.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and so when the children were arrested, that's what you're talking about, the children were arrested, they were taken there to the state,
Jail out, field up all of them.
Yeah.
City Hall, city jail, all of them.
yeah. And the city jail was across the street from, dare I say, Memorial Park.
Yes, ma'am, where we go swimming.
By the way, yeah, I would like to, when I said to find out what was surrounding,
Yes, ma'am.
Is that James Bevel with Barack Obama? Is that, well,
that's Fred Shuttlesworth.
oh, okay, yeah, that was
That was
before
the
he
man
was
right there.
Oh,
president.
that's,
They beat the
That's
place out of him,
Lowry,
but
yeah.
He wouldn't give in though.
Oh, Lowry,
He the
Joseph
one
Lowry.
this is Lowry,
Yeah.
and that's
Shuttlesworth,
Shuttlesworth.
this man on the
Okay.
left at the phone.
Yeah,
He the one sent to Dr. King. Dr. King didn't want to come here and tell you be straight up.
no,
He said he gonna get killed.
of course,
I was in a lot of places, Birmingham.
Oh, it's a,
yeah.
Bull Connor said,
So you had Bull Connor,
They
Pitts
said,
again.
any of y'all wanna go back to Africa, we paying their way back free, if you're leaving this thing, we'll ship it to you.
yeah, oh, yeah.
But when they had Dr. King
Well,
over in
he
jail,
wanted a confrontation, this was it, that's for sure.
everything had hit, you know, fan, you know.
I know,
Stopped us at,
because he couldn't get anything going in
well, you
Albany.
know what the way politics was like, Eagle Line is closed now.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
company's
yeah.
still there.
Right.
That's where he stopped us at.
Yeah.
And he ordered the, firemen, to turn the hose on. See that
Yeah.
straight stream of water right there?
Yeah,
We'll take the skin off of it.
uh-huh,
It rolled around the shuttle, it's on Sixth Avenue. Y'all been by the church around here yet?
we're about to,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's like from the park right there.
yeah.
And they killed my best friend 2 weeks before they, bombed the church. John Coley.
Cody
Coley.
Coley,
C-O-L-E-Y, yes ma'am. He just
how
came
did he
back
get
from,
killed?
Police shot him in the back with a shotgun.
What was going on when they did that?
Well, they used to bomb Lloyd shows. You ever heard of Lloyd shows?
Sure.
They throw about several bombs. They would ride by and throw it in the, you know, his lawn, shaking one of the cases. Stuff
Right.
like that.
Yeah, yeah,
And everybody would go up to see. And the last time they threw a bomb, they said he jumped off the porch. He was the police.
oh, yeah,
But he didn't have no gun.
yeah. Oh,
But,
yeah.
there was some sad things.
Violent,
The same day,
awful
same
times.
day the little girls got killed.
Yeah.
Did you see those 2 guys back there?
Who would,
Killed them the same day.
oh, yeah,
That's Johnny Rodman. Burgess left. Johnny Rodman, so he threw a rock at the police, so he shot him down.
yeah,
The other boy, the gang of my old high school, shot the Ware boy.
so that's Virgil Ware, he's,
Man on the left side, yes, ma'am.
this one right here.
Yes, ma'am.
He is somewhat known, if you're a historian or you're interested in this stuff. Is this the other one?
That's Johnny Rodman. That's the one they shot in the back.
Yeah, I'm not
Shot him.
familiar with him. So where was he shot? I mean, what part of town?
On the west side, I think it was west side.
Okay.
It's been a minute, man.
Yeah, I know. It's been a minute.
It's been 62 years.
Yeah, that's right, son. Look at me, so good.
I wish we could stay here the whole
No,
time,
no, 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 man.
but we're gonna have to get going, but this is fabulous.
The chief of the fire department, I told you, Dr. King was in the city jail, right? Sixth
Uh-huh.
Avenue. And, we marched over there, we was gonna pray for him. And Bull Connor Hawk was at, England Memorial Park. There's a traffic light right there, right now.
Uh-huh.
And that's where your Hawker is at. And he commanded the, the fire chief to turn the hose on. Guess what he did, the fire chief did?
What?
He wouldn't do it, he refused to do it.
Yeah,
He didn't do it.
yeah. There were those stories.
It's the truth.
There were those, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying there are those realities in the middle of all this. I worked for a man you may know, Victor Blackledge. No? He was an architect for the city. And he tells,
I don't know if I see him.
I bet you would. He's wonderful. But he tells that somebody he knew was signing in the children that were arrested. A white man a policeman was signing them in as they were being arrested, and he said that the white policeman had to do it twice because tears were coming down his face, and blotting, and had to do it again.
He also read some of the signs we was carrying, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying there were people who resisted, white people who resisted to some extent, maybe a lot.
And then we had to get one out. They was gonna kill him, the plans were.
Yeah.
He's a white minister. Guess how we got him out?
Who are we talking about? The white
One of
minister.
the,
One of the,
the letter, the one with the Birmingham that King wrote the letter to? No. Okay.
Got him out of the casket. The fool's.
the pool,
That's where we got him out.
wait, it wasn't a white minister, was it?
Yes, ma'am.
Who is it?
I think so.
Okay, because I know about the pool funeral. I had one of the pool children in my class one time. She told me some things. Anyway, I sure appreciate you letting us come in and talking to you.
Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you, thank you. God bless you and what you're
I'm writing
doing.
a book, too.
You are,
Growing up in Birmingham.
okay?
That's the time.
Yeah. Well, good, I'll look for it.
Yes, ma'am.
When should it come out? Are you publishing it yourself?
This
or-
year. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Nothing but the truth, page by page.
Okay, good.
And
I
how
think
it
you
comes
got, where'd you grow up, by the way?
out. Right here,
I know what neighborhood,
North Birmingham,
North Birmingham.
2111, 28th Street North.
Okay,
Born Slothfield Center. When we couldn't go to the hospital and segregated, but you can go in the basement though, that's where it was.
at Hillman. I
That's the
put-
one building.
I
Wasn't
put,
no such thing on UAB.
no, I know.
Actually, it was all the way up to 18th
Yeah.
Street, 19th Street. Look
I-
at it now. That's all you see.
I put the
UAB.
Slossville Community Center on the National
I just left
Register.
over that way yesterday, reminiscing.
Yeah.
There in Park and
It's a fascinating
That's
place.
right, that's where I was born, in Slothfield Center.
Is that right?
That's where I started school at, in the little center right there.
Yeah, I know
Slothfield.
exactly.
First grade.
Yeah. How about that?
Yes, ma'am.
I think you got a question here.
Are you usually in this building?
Next door. Right
Next door?
here.
I got a question for you. Yeah. I got a,
The barber shop.
I'm making a documentary that in the Birmingham area. And we can shoot it on football. I was gonna say, I might actually wonder if I
I'm
can.
at the farm shop right here.
All right,
Magic
like-
City, and it's from 1936. I was at
Okay.
And what's your name again?
James Campbell, Campbell.
BLE. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. You all have a good day.
Okay. Thank you again.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's keep going this way. So I was asking you, how would this block compare to Avondale's commercial district? Somebody? Anastasia, what do you say?
There's more integrity than
Here?
Avondale.
Yeah. I'd say there's a lot more integrity here on this block, right? You can see what it looked like. What about Woodlawn?
It feels like this one's a lot more currently maintained and reused than the Woodlawn districts. There's a lot more active businesses, it feels like
Here?
here.
Uh,
It could just be the time of the day we were in both places.
Yeah, and that's hard to say because they're both underutilized, I'd say. But Woodlawn had that community, the close corners and the close close community feel, whereas this is more of a commercial strip, a commercial road, I think, than for me, Woodlawn has much more of a community feel to it. But in Woodlawn, you do have a lot of intact blocks. And so, and which one is the most popular and the most known about? Avondale, Woodlawn, or this?
Is it Avondale?
I'd say Avondale, big time. Lots of activity, businesses, stuff going on. So I just say that. If we were going by looks, Woodlawn ought to be, in my opinion, the most. Okay, so the Carver Theater was built in 1940, right at the end of the, not the end of the war, right during the war. And it's considered the best example of the international style in the city. Okay, so there again, wow, that a lot of this is not not original. At least since in the last few years, at least 2 cars have run through the front of it. So it's had to be rebuilt a couple of times. But the international style is very sleek, right? Got some neon up there. It mimics the original. Inside, everything is completely new. Okay, tell me what this building is. How do you know?
It has the symbol on the front. I don't know which is, but it has the symbol on the.
Let's go across.
Oh, and on the side, but on that corner. Not, yeah, well.
Okay. So it's a Masonic temple. Which one? What's the name of it? Let's go up here and see if we can't see the name of it.
That's Prince Hall. Has the name of. Who is Prince Hall again?
Let's see what's the name you see up there.
Colored Masonic Temple.
Colored Masonic Temple.
Who is Hall again? Mr.
Prince Hall?
Uh-oh.
Mentioned him.
I mentioned him?
Yes.
I don't remember. I don't know.
Oh, you don't know who Prince Hall is?
Well, let's stick with this. So this is the Colored Masonic Temple. So if you're just wandering around here, this will tell you something about the area, the neighborhood, right? What do you think of the building? It's extremely nice. If you ask me, it's as nice as any building. I'd say almost in the city of Birmingham, for sure. Is it Chicago style?
I think it has elements of it at least.
It is or it isn't? What do we say? What do you say, Bo?
I think it is. It's got 3. I would say so.
It's got 4.
It's 3.
It's got 4 distinct.
Oh, so
So I'd say not.
Oh, no.
I could be wrong, but I'd say not.
That sometimes that might be more.
What details do you see on it? Just shout out something.
columns. You have
With the decorative capitals at the top.
capitals.
What
We
else?
have some dentals.
The dentals, everybody know what we're talking about? That look like teeth?
The diamonds fall from the bridge.
They're just diamond limestone insets. Just what they look like, right? And then you got 3 cornices above the storefront, the first floor, right?
You got the masonry symbol.
Yeah, masonry symbols, all over the place. There were a lot of black Masonic temples in Alabama and lots of places, lots of them. There's still some of the buildings left. This is the main one. It's been empty as long as I've been around, which is 1983. I've been doing this. This has been empty all of those years. It's sort of infuriating to me because It has a ballroom up there. You can't go in now. They won't let
You know
you.
when it was
The
built,
city.
like early 20s,
20s,
maybe? Yeah.
23, 20. There's a thing on the
Right,
side of
yeah.
the building. But the Masons still own it. And for at least 30 years, they've been saying, we're about to. I don't know, but if that building collapses somehow or gets torn down, it'll be such a travesty to this district, but the whole city.
So the black Mason groups were all, they were in the same organization as the white ones were.
They were all
segregated.
Masons,
They're
yeah,
all
just
Masons.
segregated like churches,
Well, I
right?
was wondering if there was like a splinter group or they were all just in the same. They just had to be segregated based on.
Oh, you're saying that the whites.
They were all Masons.
Wait, you're saying that the whites met in their
No.
in
No.
different areas of the.
No, no,
Okay.
no. Also, again, black doctors, and not a lot of professionals, but black doctors, tenant organizations, lawyers, civil rights, NAACP organizations would also be in that building.
Do you know why there's the Atlanta Life?
It was in there too. Atlanta Life Insurance. Let's just walk right down here. I was going to walk down to the 16th Street Church, but we don't have time. Have y'all all been to the 16th Street
Yes.
Church?
Yep.
Anastasia? No? Would you like to follow me out? And I'll go right by there. Yeah? Because that was my plan. So you got a few little buildings left here. That was a cab stand, a taxi stand. And when I was working for the city in the 1990s, there was a hotel there and it burned. So it was there. And it was very sad. Right down there, there are a lot of black churches right around here. There's one there, quite a number of them. Some civil rights activities took place in them. For the most part, they're middle class churches. Middle classes aren't known to be wild and crazy particularly, but there was some sort of middle class organizing and so on like that.
Is the 16th Street Church part of this particular district?
It's not a part of the district, but it's part of what Barack Obama decreed the Civil Rights Monument, which is not at all the same thing as the
Right.
National Register. So down there, could y'all all follow me out?
Yep.
Bo, could you?
If Ira gets here soon.
Oh, I forgot about that. So right down there, you will get to the park, Kelly Ingram Park. That's where the fire hoses and dogs were, right across the street from the 16th Street Church. Do you know what I mean by the fire dogs and hoses? So they would organize in the church, go out on the park, and then they would march. So that would stand to reason. And then there's a kind of a real modern building with a lot of blue glass. If you noticed, that was the Booker T. Washington Insurance Building and College. And that was Mrs. Gaston's enterprise. She was quite the entrepreneur herself, that's for sure. And she ran a business college for many years for black women who would become secretaries, and she placed them all over the country. They were considered extremely well trained, sort of like a Tuskegee. Those folks were extremely well trained when they went into jobs. So she was known for having an excellent college for black women.